괴롭힘 당하는 애들은 쟤를 약해 빠진 루저라고 생각하지만 강력한 유물을 발견하고 여자친구를 지키는 최강의 파이터가 되죠. 왕은 중국의 평범한 대학생이고 소꿉친구를 짝사랑하고 있는데 걔는 반에서 제일 인기 많아요. 몇 년 동안이나 감정을 숨겨왔지만 진실 혹은 도전 게임 중에 짝사랑하는 야오가 자기도 왕을 좋아한다고 밝히자 왕은 세상에서 제일 운 좋은 남자가 된 기분이었죠. 하지만 야오에게 추파를 던지던 다른 남자가 이 사실을 알게 되면서 왕의 행운은 순식간에 불운으로 바뀌고 그는 즉시 왕에게 본때를 보여주러 오죠. 준이라는 깡패는 자기 부하들을 시켜 왕을 마구 때리면서 야오는 내 주제에 어울리지 않는다고 말하죠. 왕은 평화롭게 이야기할 수 있다고 하지만 준은 휴대폰으로 야오에게 영상통화를 걸어 그녀가 좋아하는 남자가 얼마나 심하게 맞는지를 보여주죠. 야오는 당황해서 준에게 그만하라고 하지만 준은 왕이 야오를 좋아하지 않는다고 말해야만 멈출 거라고 하죠.
His goons keep beating Wang, who finally snaps and tells Jun that an asshole like him will never be qualified to even ask Yao out.
그러고는 있는 힘껏 부하 깡패를 들이받고 아래 강으로 몸을 던집니다.
Everyone panics on seeing this because Jun just wanted to teach him a. He fears that the police will come for him if Wang dies, and he sends his men to look for him. But Wang is drowning. He keeps thinking about his first meeting with Yao in middle school when she was the only one who treated him kindly after he got bullied. He remembers falling for her in that first meeting itself. But now, he thinks that there is no scope for him. Suddenly, he notices something shiny on the riverbed and swims towards it. He finds a small glowing cube, and as he picks it up, the cube suddenly enters his body, teleporting him with its.
왕은 시공간을 가로질러 던져지는 듯한 느낌에 당황하고 다시 눈을 떴을 때 깊은 우주 한가운데 투명한 벽으로 둘러싸인 방에 있는 자신을 발견합니다. 그는 당황하며 자신이 어디 있는지 궁금해하고 그의 내면에서 그를 주인님이라고 부르는 목소리가 들려옵니다.
The voice tells him that he has been teleported because of a special power he discovered. And before Wang can understand what that means, he is teleported again, this time to the sky above the river where he just was. He freaks out, thinking that he is going to fall, but that doesn't happen, and he sees Jun and his goons still looking for him in the river before getting teleported away.
이번에는 교실에 착륙하고 큐브의 목소리가 그에게 힘을 제어할 수 없어서 순간 이동했다고 말합니다. 왕이 당황하는 동안 큐브는 누군가 방으로 다가오고 있다고 경고하고 그는 발각되기 전에 자신의 아파트로 순간 이동합니다.
Once Wang takes a relaxing shower, he gets a call from Yao, who is really disturbed ever since she saw him falling in the. Wang assures her that he swam away to the other side of the river to fool Jun, and she tells him to call the cops. However, he tells her that he is feeling better now and then abruptly cuts the call, telling her to get some rest.
그러고는 침대에 털썩 앉아서 야외에게 오늘 있었던 일을 말해도 믿지 않을 거라고 생각하죠. 어쨌든 그녀가 이런 위험한 일에 휘말리는 걸 원치 않아서 모든 걸 비밀로 하기로 결심해요. 갑자기 큐브가 그가 드디어 진정된 것을 감지하고 다시 말을 걸어오죠.
Calm. Like a total idiot, Wang keeps looking around even though the voice is coming from inside him. And then the cube suddenly pulls him inside itself once again. Wang finds himself in the strange room in space, where the cube tells him that he is now the master of the Heradric Cube, also called the Ultimate Universe System that can turn him to the ultimate. Wang doesn't understand anything the cube says, but he finds it interesting.
그는 방의 벽을 살펴보고 나서 큐브에게 왜 자기를 도왔냐고 묻죠. 그는 갑자기 날기 시작하고 큐브는 그저 그의 소원을 이루고 세상의 왕이 되도록 돕는 것뿐이라고 말하죠. 왕은 갑자기 구름이 높이 솟아오른 듯 하더니 바로 다음 순간 옥상 위를 맴돌고 있었죠. 떨어질까봐 바지에 똥 쌀 뻔했지만 큐브 덕분에 안전하게 착지했어요.
However, because he has used too much energy teleporting today, the cube informs him that now there is a 1-minute cooldown before he can teleport.
왕은 자리에 앉아 큐브에게 순간 이동 능력을 완전히 익히고 원하는 정확한 지점을 선택하는 방법을 묻습니다.
The cube tells him about his second special ability that lets him sense everything around him in a way his other senses can't. Wang is overwhelmed by this new ability, and just after a few seconds, he is completely exhausted.
초감각 모드에서 나오자마자 그는 갑자기 우주 공간으로 돌아오고 큐브는 그에게 초보치고는 꽤 잘하고 있다고 말합니다. 왕은 그 말을 듣고 기뻐하지만 곧 심장에 날카로운 통증을 느끼고 가슴을 움켜쥔 채 즉시 의식을 잃습니다.
The next morning, he wakes up back in his room, with the cube next to him.
왕은 당황해서 큐브에게 어떻게 나왔냐고 묻자 큐브는 주인의 에너지를 고갈시키는 것을 막기 위해 비상 상황 시에는 나올 수 있다고 대답한다. 왕은 멋지다고 생각하며 자신에게 초능력을 준 큐브에 대해 더 알아보기 위해 인터넷을 검색하기로 한다.
Internet. However, he finds nothing about the Heradric cube or the ultimate universe system, and even the cube can't answer his. As Wang is sighing about not finding anything, he gets a text from Yao, inviting him for.
그는 그 문자를 읽고 매우 기뻐하지만 곧 준과 그의 부하들을 떠올린다.
Wang swears that he won't let them harass him, or Yao again, and asks the cube if there is any way for him to get stronger so that he doesn't pass out after using his powers so.
큐브는 광물과 보석에서 에너지를 흡수하여 파워 레벨을 업그레이드하고 시스템의 더 많은 기능을 잠금 해제할 수 있다고 말한다. 왕은 이 말을 듣고 신이 났지만 가진 것 없는 빈털털이라 큐브에게 길가의 흔한 돌도 광물이니 쓸 수 있냐고 묻는다.
The cube tells him that while all stones can give him a little bit of energy, if he wants to grow quickly, he needs to feed it specific.
큐브는 왕의 아파트를 스캔하기 시작하며 진열장의 수정과 어머니의 합성 다이아몬드 반지에 대해 말하지만 왕은 부모님이 그것들을 매우 소중히 여기기 때문에 그만둔다.
However, the cube tells him that they don't have any energy, and instead of them, it has found another gemstone in the garden downstairs that can really help. Wang immediately gets ready to dig out the gemstone and teleports.
그는 다시 큐브에게 왜 자신을 돕는 거냐고 묻고 큐브는 그를 세계의 왕으로 만들어주겠다는 소원을 이루어 줄 것이라고 대답한다. 왕은 자신은 그런 욕망이 없고 야오를 안전하게 지키고 싶을 뿐이라고 대답한다.
The cube tells him that the world is not as simple as he thinks, and he needs to become undefeatable if he wants to protect his. But then Wang tells it to cut the crap and just tell him about the gemstones.
큐브는 초감각을 이용하라고 하고 그걸 사용해서 왕은 나무 근처에서 보석을 찾을 수 있게 됩니다.
He digs it out soon, and the cube tells him to return to the space room, which is its true form, and feed it.
왕은 즉시 공간방으로 순간 이동하여 벽에 보석을 삽입하고 그러자 갑자기 벽에서 에너지가 방출되기 시작합니다.
Wang feels the energy surging up inside his body, and the cube tells him that because he used a low-level gemstone, his strength has increased by 2 points and endurance by 1 point. The cube says that if Wang can use better gemstones, he can become even.
다음날 왕은 어제 레벨업으로 신났던 흥분이 가시지 않아 피곤한 채로 일어납니다. 수업에 늦었다는 것을 깨닫고 뛰기 시작합니다. 거기서 왕은 야오가 아까 자기가 갑자기 전화를 끊어서 몹시 화가 났다는 걸 알게 돼요.
Wang's friends tell them to get a room already, but just then, John and his goon barge into the.
야오는 이제 겁에 질렸지만 왕은 자기가 알아서 다 처리하겠다고 안심시켜줍니다. 그가 알아서 처리하는 방법은 책 뒤에 숨어서 존과 그의 깡패들이 자기를 찾지 않기를 바라는 거죠. 그는 큐브에게 상황이 안 좋아지면 자기가 그들을 감당할 수 있는지 여전히 묻고 큐브는 존과 그의 졸개들의 전투력은 5밖에 안 되지만 그의 전투력은 22라고 확신시켜줍니다.
2. In the meantime, John begins searching for Wang when he doesn't answer, but then Yao suddenly gets up, telling him to leave them.
존은 자기가 나쁜 놈이 아닌 척하며 왕을 감싸지 말라고. 그는 여자 없이는 아무것도 못하는 루저라고 말합니다.
Yao tells him to keep her man's name out of his freaking mouth, but then Wang suddenly gets up, telling her that John was right, and he should stand up for him. He tells John to get lost, but the gangster grabs his collar to start a.
하지만 왕은 그를 쉽게 제압하며 지금 물러서면 해치지 않겠다고 말합니다.
John is taken aback by Wang's strong grip when suddenly, the professor arrives in the lecture room and tells everyone to get back to their. John tells Wang to come to the college basketball court in the evening if he really doesn't want to get Yao involved in their. Wang takes that as a challenge, and he reaches the basketball court at the decided time, only to find out that John has many more people with him today. The cube scans the court and finds that Wang has a 20% chance of winning, and he freaks out because he thought that the number would be higher than that. John orders his men to close the doors and then tells Wang that he will forgive him if he apologizes for yesterday and then promises never to see Yao again.
왕은 그저 코웃음을 치며 유명한 깡패가 겨우 한 명과 싸우기 위해 축구팀 전체가 필요할 정도로 겁쟁이일 줄은 몰랐다고 말합니다.
John gets pissed because Wang is playing mind games, but he also knows that if he backs down, he will lose the respect his lackeys have for him.
다행히 갱단 최고의 싸움꾼이 나서서 왕이 원하는 1대1 대결을 해주겠대. 왕은 큐브에게 자기 능력치를 물어보고 파워 레벨이 12라는 걸 알게 돼.
Wang thinks it will be easy, but he still decides to be cautious as he takes his.
대머리 남자는 농구공을 집어들고 왕에게 전력으로 던진 다음 곧바로 주먹질을 퍼붓기 시작해.
However, Wang dodges everything, and Baldy soon gets exhausted.
친구들이 응원하자 계속 돌진하지만 왕이 다리를 잡고 턱에 강력한 잽을 날려 기절시켜버려.
After Wang throws him away, he turns to Jun and the rest of his gang, who are still in denial about their best brawler. Wang tells Jun that now it is his turn to fight, but Jun starts laughing, saying that he is not an idiot who will fight him.
왕은 이제 모두와 맞서 싸워야 한다는 것을 깨닫지만 시스템은 발디를 쓰러뜨린 후 승리 확률이 30%로 증가했다고 알려준다.
As Jun's goons begin closing in on Wang, he realizes that he can only survive by fighting like hell. The goons attack him from all sides, but he keeps on dodging and fighting back until one of them attacks him from behind. Wang manages to dodge the first attack thanks to the cube's warning, but then another guy kicks him in the back, making him lose his balance. This makes Wang really furious, and he runs at the guy who ambushed him, hitting him with a future generation Ender 3000 and sending him. Jun realizes that it is going to be more troublesome than he thought, and he commands his men to attack again. This time, Wang uses his superior athletic skills to put some distance between the attackers and himself, and then begins targeting them one by one.
하지만 싸움엔 영젬병이라 또 빈틈을 보이고 제대로 한 방 얻어맞죠. 조폭들이 사방에서 달려들지만 왕은 상남자처럼 주먹을 받아내고 한 방씩 날려 쓰러뜨립니다. 그러더니 한 놈 다리를 잡고 마구 휘두르다가 존에게 던져 코를 박살내죠.
By the time Jun gets up after the impact, Wang has finished all his lackeys, and now the gangster is on the verge of pissing his.
하지만 왕도 한계에 다다랐죠. 큐브가 경고하는데도 그는 이를 마무리 지으려고 존에게 계속 걸어갑니다.
Jun screams at him to leave him alone when suddenly, the lights get turned on and another gang arrives.
그들은 존과 그의 갱단을 비웃으며 박수를 치면서 한 명을 다구라고도 털렸다고 말하죠.
Jun gets up and asks the rival gang leader Huan what the hell he is doing here, and he replies that he just came here to laugh at.
환은 존을 깡패다는 고사하고 리더 자격도 없는 신참이라며 모욕하기 시작한다. 갑자기 왕이 끼어들어 환에게 존과 볼 일이 남았으니 꺼지라고 말한다. 환이 그의 말에 발끈하자 그는 자신이 해서는 안 될 말을 했다는 것을 깨닫는다. 환은 부하들을 보내 왕에게 본때를 보여주려 하고 큐브는 그에게 이 싸움에서 이길 가능성이 없으니 도망치는 게 좋을 거라고 말한다. 왕은 조언을 받아들여 도망치기 시작하지만 이는 다음 계획 단계를 실행하기 위함이었다.
Once he reaches the area with shadows, he uses his power to teleport right next to the electric switchboard, killing the. The gangsters are surprised by the lights suddenly going out, and then Wang suddenly teleports behind Huan. He doesn't give him the chance to even process what is happening as he hits him to the ground and then attacks his lackeys, who are still not completely adapted to the dark.
갱단 중 한 명이 불을 켜러 가지만 그가 불을 켤 때쯤엔 이미 왕이 환을 끝장낸 후였죠. 조는 겁에 질렸지만 왕이 그에게 오기 전에 대학 관계자들이 농구장 사용 허가를 받지 않았다고 문을 두드립니다.
Yao is with them too because she is certain that Wang is inside and he is getting his clapped by the gangster.
안에서 왕은 존이 몰래 도망치려 하는 것을 발견하고 그의 앞에 순간 이동합니다. 존은 그와 싸움을 건 것에 대해 사과하며 머리를 바닥에 찍기 시작하고 왕은 그를 희생양으로 삼아 모든 것을 해결할 기회를 엿봅니다.
Soon, the college authorities break the lock and enter the hall to find Jun pretending to beat up Wang as part of his plan. He takes the full blame for using the basketball court to fight with Huan's gang and says that Wang was just an innocent bystander who got caught in the crossfire. The college punishes Jun, and he also promises Wang never to harass him or Yao. Aside from this, Wang also learns the limits of his power and decides to grow even stronger by absorbing more.
하지만 보석을 쉽게 찾을 수 없자 결국 그는 집 근처 산으로 여행을 떠나 그곳에서 무언가를 찾을 수 있기를 바랍니다. 하지만 그가 원하는 보석은 호수 한가운데 있는 거대한 바위 안에 있거나 지하 15m 아래에 있다는 것을 알게 됩니다.
He gives up after failing to find anything quickly, but then the cube tells him about a hollow area underground with a strong gem hidden there. Wang senses the gemstone and tries teleporting next to it, but that doesn't work out because he is quite far away from it. So he decides to look for a way to reach the hollow area and then tries going for the gem from there.
그는 재빨리 공동지역으로 들어가는 입구를 찾아 안으로 순간 이동하지만 그곳에는 아무것도 없습니다. 다행히도 그는 밀폐된 동굴을 통해 바람이 흐르는 것을 느끼고 그 옆에 또 다른 동굴이 있다는 것을 깨닫습니다.
Wang finds the location of the second cave by finding the wind source and teleports there, finding a cluster of powerful natural.
그는 그것들을 보고 기뻐하며 도구를 가져와 채굴할 계획을 세우기 시작합니다.
Fully unaware that a monstrous snake is right behind him. The snake silently opens its jaws to swallow Wang, but fortunately, Wang teleports away at the exact moment, avoiding certain. The confused snake follows him around, attempting to swallow him again, but Wang teleports near the gemstones and begins harvesting.
그는 보석 하나를 아래 물속에 떨어뜨리고 물속으로 뛰어들어 찾기 전에 초감각으로 위치를 파악하기로 합니다.
Only when he uses his super sense does he spot the giant serpent next to him.
왕은 기겁하여 뒷걸음질 치기 시작하고 뱀이 그에게 다가오자 공격을 받아 낭떠러지 아래로 떨어집니다. 안전 로프 덕분에 뱀의 공격을 피했지만 뱀은 아래 물속으로 떨어집니다. 왕은 안도하지만 안전 로프가 끊어지면서 그도 물속으로 떨어집니다. 뱀은 다시 그를 잡아먹으려 하고 왕은 삽을 무기 삼아 저항하지만 결국 거대 괴물에게 목이 졸립니다.
He tries to teleport away, but the cube tells him that right now, he will carry the snake along with him no matter where he teleports, and he can't carry him into the space room because it is beyond his abilities right.
왕은 삽으로 뱀을 공격해 심각한 부상을 입히고 자신을 얼린 다음 재빨리 우주 공간으로 순간 이동합니다.
He then asks the cube to absorb all the gemstones he has collected immediately, but the cube informs him that he can synthesize the gemstones. It explains that just like in most mobile games, Wang can combine 3 low-ranking gemstones to make a higher-ranking gemstone that can give him more stats and even bonus abilities. Wang immediately tells the cube to synthesize all of them, but he is greatly shocked and disappointed when he learns that it will take over 5 days to do. The cube recommends that he merge 9 of the gems and use the remaining 2 directly, and Wang thinks that it will make him strong enough to win against the. He accepts the deal, absorbing the 2 stones and greatly increasing his. He teleports back to the cave, ready to face the snake with his newfound power. Thanks to his improved speed, Wang manages to kill the giant snake with just a few hits, and that is really disappointing for him.
하지만 그는 곧 마음을 다잡고 강에 떨어뜨린 보석을 찾기 시작합니다.
River. He soon finds it and realizes that though it is on the same level as the rest of the gems, it appears much more beautiful, and he decides to use it for something else. On the other hand, Jun and Huan are drinking together after their defeat at Wang's hand. Both of them want revenge, but they know that they can't win against Wang even if they combine. However, Huan has an idea, and he tells Jun that they are going to contact someone much stronger than them for help. He takes the name of a seasoned gangster named Lao, and Jun freaks out because he doesn't think Lao would help them.
하지만 환은 라오가 야오와 관련된 유력한 인물 때문에 일찍이 나라를 떠나야 했다며 그 점을 잘 이용하면 왕을 완전히 끝장낼 수 있다고 밝힙니다.
Unaware of this, Wang takes Yao on their first date after coming into a relationship. He tells her that he doesn't want her to be harassed, so he will protect her. And Yao tells him that she trusts.
큐브는 왕에게 이 여자가 거짓말을 하고 있다고 말하지만 왕은 자신도 그녀에게 비밀을 숨기고 있기 때문에 개의치 않습니다. 그들은 데이트를 즐기고 카페에 앉아 야오는 왕과 수수께끼 게임을 하지만 캔디를 모두 잃습니다. 야오는 뭔가 달라졌다고 생각하며 그가 숨기는 게 뭔지 묻자 왕은 강에서 발견한 정제된 보석을 그녀에게 건네 모든 것을 잊게 만듭니다.
The next day, as Wang is waiting for Yao so that they can go to college together, she doesn't pick up his calls. He patiently waits for her, but when he hears some strangers talking about an incident at a nearby apartment complex, he recognizes that Yao lives in the same place.
그는 그녀가 무사하기를 바라며 그녀를 걱정하며 즉시 그녀의 아파트로 달려가요.
He finds a huge crowd there, watching the police as they barricade the area. Wang spots Yao's mother, who has broken down emotionally as she tells the officers that when she returned home from work, she found her apartment thrashed and Yao was missing. There was a single blood-stained doll hanging by the roof as a threat, and the woman feared that her daughter might be in serious. Wang is devastated on learning this, and as he wonders who could be behind it, he sees a nervous Jun trying to sneak away from the. He immediately follows him, and Jun freaks out on seeing. Wang asks him if he knows something about Yao's disappearance and then hits the wall with his elbow and cracks it to show Jun that he means business.
겁에 질린 주는 즉시 꼬리를 내리고 왕에게 아는 모든 것을 털어놓기로 한다.
Meanwhile, Yao is in the secret hideout of the gangster named Lao, who is currently practicing his golf.
하지만 그는 위안을 이용하려 한 벌로 위안의 입에 골프공을 물려 연습하고 있다.
After finishing his practice and seriously injuring Huan in the process, Lao turns to the bound and gagged Yao, telling her that since she has seen what happens when he is angry, she should cooperate with him. He then shows her the picture of a man named Jin and asks what her relation with him is.
야오는 그 남자에 대해 아무것도 모른다고 말하고 라오는 이전에도 진이 그녀를 보호하기 위해 조직 전체에 맞섰기 때문에 그녀가 거짓말을 한다고 생각한다. 야오가 계속 모른다고 하자 화가 난 그는 그녀를 때리려 하지만 집사가 말린다.
The butler says that Yao may not know about Jin, but Jin knows about her, and if he really cares for her, he should have shown up to rescue her by.
라오는 진이 곧 나타날 것이고 그를 물리치기 위해 강력한 무술 고수들을 많이 고용했다고 대답합니다. 하지만 집사는 진이 얼마나 강한지조차 모르고 고수들이 그를 이기지 못할 수도 있다고 상기시킵니다.
He adds that while they may not be able to do anything about Jin, they can use Yao as a hostage to make him surrender, but that only works if she is alive and.
만약 그녀가 죽으면 진은 분노와 슬픔으로 폭발할 것이고 그때는 그가 복수하는 것을 막을 사람이 없을 것이라고 말합니다. 집사는 라오에게 지금은 야오를 살려두라고 말하고 그는 현명한 노인의 조언에 동의합니다.
He leaves the room, and the butler tapes up Yao's mouth, telling her to become more cooperative because he won't be able to stop Lao next time, and that would not be good for any of them. On the other side, Jun is still telling Wang stories about Lao, who belonged to one of the most prominent families of the country. No one dared mess with him, but one day, he met his match in Jin, who cut 2 of his fingers and humiliated him in front of everyone. At first, Lao's family poured their resources to find Jin and get revenge. But when they couldn't find him, they abandoned Lao, who swore to get revenge at all costs.
야오가 고등학생이었을 때 진이라는 동일 인물이 야오를 납치하려는 시도를 좌절시킨 적이 있었고 위안은 이 사실을 이용하여 라오를 속여 자신의 명령을 따르게 하려고 했지.
The initial plan was to get Lao to attack Wang, but he was too sharp and realized it. Jun says that he knew that dealing with Lao was dangerous, so he quit before anything happened and also because he didn't want anything bad to happen to Yao. He is certain that Huan has already been punished and tells Wang that there is nothing they can do against someone like.
왕은 그게 다 헛소리라고 부르며 혼자서 야오를 구출하기로 결심해.
Jun panics and asks him if he didn't hear anything he just. Wang tells him that he can't be scared of anyone because he promised Yao he would protect.
그는 준이라오에 대한 모든 정보를 알려줌으로써 과거의 죄를 속죄했다는 것을 인정하고 구조 임무가 끝나면 경찰에 연락해 뒷수습을 부탁합니다. 왕은 곧 야오에게 준 보석의 에너지 신호를 따라 야오가 갇혀있는 건물에 도착합니다. 건물 안에서 라오는 집사에게 그렇게 많은 무술 고수들이 있어도 진을 이길 수 없을 거라고 생각하느냐고 묻습니다.
The butler is not sure about victory, but he is confident that Jin won't leave the place unharmed.
갑자기 무술 고수 중 한 명이 늙은이를 조롱하며 진을 해치러 온 것이 아니라 그와 안갚음할 일이 있어 죽이러 왔다고 말합니다. 라오는 바로 이런 자가 자신의 숙적과 싸우는 데 필요하기 때문에 그 남자의 오만함에 씩 웃습니다.
Meanwhile, Wang enters the building, and the cube immediately warns him that some very strong enemies are stationed.
왕도 그걸 감지하고 큐브에게 합성 중인 보석들의 상태를 묻습니다. 큐브는 합성이 거의 완료되었고 30분 안에 흡수할 준비가 될 거라고 대답합니다. 그 말을 듣고 안심한 왕은 건물 안으로 들어가지만 라오가 고용한 용병 몇 명이 그를 발견하고 진이 도착하기 전에 그를 쓰러뜨리기로 합니다. 왕은 계단을 올라가다가 잠긴 문이 앞을 가로막는 것을 발견합니다.
He begins warming up to break the lock when suddenly, a huge, jacked man walks up to him and tells him that he shouldn't bother trying because the lock has a special protective spell cast on it. The cube quickly analyzes the man's strength and tells Wang that his power level is 52, while his own power level is 50.
왕은 더 강력하고 경험 많은 상대를 이길 수 없다는 것을 깨닫지만 여전히 모르는 척 행동합니다.
He demands the man give him the key because his girlfriend is upstairs, and the gym bro just laughs, telling him not to get so hasty. He says that he has orders to kill anyone who tries to go upstairs. but when Wang keeps repeating his lines like a parrot, he tells him to follow.
한편 꼭대기층에서는 야오가 어두운 방에서 긴장한 채 앉아 있습니다. 라오는 음흉한 미소를 지으며 방에 들어와 혼자 심심할까봐 특별한 TV 프로그램을 준비했다고 말합니다. 그가 TV를 켜자 왕이 헬스 트레이너와 맞서는 장면이 생중계되고 야오는 남자친구가 자기 앞에서 죽을까봐 겁에 질립니다.
Downstairs, the gym bro tells Wang that they have enough space to move around now and asks him to show what he has. He starts the fight by throwing a slow punch at Wang, who jumps out of its way and lands a kick to his face. Wang decides to not use teleportation so early on because he will need it.
그는 헬스 트레이너의 공격을 막으면서 그를 때리려고 하지만 남자는 그의 팔을 잡고 그를 바닥에 내동댕이 칩니다. 왕은 발에 밟히는 걸 피하지만 헬스장 브로는 그에게 무자비한 공격을 퍼붓습니다.
He praises Wang, saying that he is strong even though he is just an amateur, and then lands a solid hit on his gut, saying that he still can't win against a seasoned fighter from the underground.
왕은 이기려면 주먹보다 머리를 써야 한다는 걸 깨닫고 재빨리 계획을 세웁니다. 싸움꾼이 달려들자 그는 공격을 막고 그의 추진력을 역이용해 강력한 발차기를 날립니다.
Wang then proceeds to taunt him, and the gym bro angrily charges at him, smashing concrete with his powerful.
그는 왕에게 담보르치아의 참비에 판배처럼 친다고 말하지만 왕은 갑자기 페리해봐 이 떼꾸가 라고 외치며 공간에서 망치를 소환해 헬스장 브로의 머리를 가격합니다.
The big guy is knocked out just by one hit, dropping the key to the gate. Wang is proud of his dirty little trick, and he uses the key to get past the gate. He runs upstairs to reach Yao quickly, but then the cube alerts him about an incoming attack. Thanks to that, Wang avoids a knife thrown at him, but then a man appears behind him and kicks him down. Wang somehow clings to the stairs, and the knife slinger comes there to tell him that he is really weak, and someone like him could not have defeated their boxer on the first. He points his knife at Wang, but then sees some potential in him, so he decides not to kill him. He tells him to meet him upstairs and leaves, and Wang angrily chases after him. However, the man is not there anymore, and the cube informs Wang that his power level was. Wang freaks out because the punk didn't even seem that strong, and he chases after him, swearing that he will take him.
그는 또 다른 빈 방에 도착하고 그곳에는 암살자가 숨어 기다리고 있다.
He keeps watching Wang intently and then suddenly launches a surprise.
왕은 어찌어찌 피하지만 자객은 재빠른 칼 공격으로 계속 왕을 밀어붙입니다.
Suddenly, he throws his knife at Wang and misses, but then he uses his supernatural abilities to call the knife back towards him. Wang dodges that too and lands a couple of kicks on him, surprising the Wang yawns, pretending that he is not even an interesting opponent, and this pisses the assassin off.
자객은 갑자기 방에서 사라져 다시 어둠 속에 숨습니다.
He is certain that Wang can't beat him because ever since he was young, he was trained to be an assassin in dark and dangerous. Because of that, he has literally turned into a bat and can locate his target just by their. He thinks that Wang can't do anything if he can't see him coming, unaware that he has a super sensibility as well.
암살자가 뒤로 몰래 다가가 공격하려 하지만 왕이 완전히 눈치채고 뺨을 후려갈깁니다. 이에 좌절한 암살자는 속도를 이용하기로 하지만 왕은 그것마저 잃고 야구 방망이를 소환해 암살자의 두 불알을 한 번에 홈런 쳐 날려버립니다.
Wang then reaches the next floor, where he finds an old man waiting for him. The old man starts a non-skippable cutscene praising Wang for making it all the way here. But Wang doesn't wait for him to finish and swings the bat at him with his full strength. However, the old man blocks the bat, he pulls him for a hit, and then slams him to the ground. But seeing that Wang is still conscious, the old man decides to step his game up. Just then, the cube tells Wang that only 1 minute is left for the gem synthesis to be complete, and Wang is confident that he can hold out for 1 minute.
갑자기 노인이 그를 목조르기 시작하고 왕은 보관함에서 단검을 꺼내 노인을 공격하려 하죠.
The old man stops him, but Wang teleports the dagger to his other hand, injuring him and getting out of the chokehold.
그러고는 노인을 주먹으로 치지만 다치는 건 자기 주먹뿐이죠.
The old man flexes his muscles, telling Wang that he lacks the power to fight against.
그러고는 주먹으로 바닥에 구멍을 내더니 왕에게 쉴 새 없이 공격을 퍼붓습니다. 왕은 계속해서 쓰러지고 무슨 짓을 해도 적에게 피해를 줄 수 없죠. 왕은 무슨 일이 있어도 야오를 구할 거라고 말하지만 노인은 그를 순진하다고 부르며 팔을 부러뜨립니다. 그러고는 왕을 기둥에 짓눌러 전력을 다해 주먹으로 쳐서 기절시킵니다.
However, as Wang is lying on the ground, the cube informs him that the gemstones have been merged and absorbed, greatly increasing his. Wang feels the energy surging inside him and gets up, telling the old man that the warm-up is over, and now they can fight for. The old man is impressed by him and charges at him, but this time, Wang is much faster and stronger. He throws some rapid punches at the old man, who is unable to dodge them, but just as he is about to finish things off, he feels his skin cracking up as the energy makes its way out. Wang panics, wondering what is happening, and the cube tells him that the system is making his body expel the toxins after he leveled up. Wang tells the cub that this was not the right time, but seeing this as his chance, the old man decides to strike him again. However, Wang is leagues above him now, and he easily parries his attack before landing a powerful punch on.
노인은 자신이 너무 심하게 지고 있다는 것을 믿을 수 없고 왕은 그의 얼굴을 때려 벽에 쳐박습니다.
With his next punch, he thoroughly defeats the old man and goes on to the next. Yao and Lao have been watching all his fights, and while Yao is relieved, Lao is furious that 3 of his fighters lost to a nobody. His butler tells him to calm down because the next fighters are real professionals, and they will surely take Wang.
라오는 믿지 않지만 집사는 무술협회에서 온 여자가 손목에 제한 팔찌를 차고 왔는데 그녀가 팔찌를 풀면 주변 사람들에게 위험해질 테니 당장 건물을 나가야 한다고 말한다.
Meanwhile, Wang is feeling all the damage he took while fighting the old man now, but despite the pain and fatigue, he keeps walking ahead. The cube tells him that he is not emotionally stable right now and asks him to calm down so that he can fight at his peak. But Wang tells him that he can't be calm when Yao is in danger.
곧 그는 꼭대기층에 도착하고 문을 열자 다음 상대로 2명의 무술가가 기다리고 있다.
The girl named Kiwi cheerfully welcomes Wang, and before he can even process what is happening, she takes out a special infrared thermometer and runs towards.
어리둥절한 왕은 그녀가 특수 장치를 그의 심장에 대도록 내버려 두고 장치는 그의 초능력이 영예이라고 표시합니다.
Kiwi is surprised to see that Wang is not a superhuman despite defeating some strong opponents, and her partner Stone also finishes analyzing him on his end. He says that Wang is not a cultivator either because he doesn't have any internal energy or martial arts.
스톤은 그가 신체의 단련과 같이 오직 신체적 힘만 키울 수 있는 특별한 기술을 사용하는 것이 틀림없다고 말하고 취는 이 말을 듣고 몹시 기뻐합니다.
She starts emoting in front of Wang, thinking that she will get stronger after absorbing his power. But he doesn't even understand what these two people are talking about. Kiwi then suddenly remembers that her mama raised her better than this, so she stops her celebration and introduces herself to Wang. The moron even shakes her hand without suspecting anything, and then Kiwi suddenly punches him in the face after asking how is. Wang gets pissed that he got played and hits Kiwi with an uppercut. But unfortunately for him, she is a masochist who enjoys. She absorbs Wang's energy from the punch and starts blushing because his internal energy is as pure and raw as a freshly mined gemstone, and he realizes that she is a huge pervert. He lets go of her hand, but Kiwi wants more and suddenly starts punching. Her punches don't hurt Wang enough, but he gets pissed and tries to stop her. So she kicks him with her full strength and asks him to get. As Kiwi walks towards Wang, her partner Stone tells Wang that he stands no chance against the girl, so he should just say some badass final words and. The very next moment, Kiwi kicks Wang with her full power, slamming him against a pillar. Wang starts feeling dizzy after taking so much damage, so he decides to stop holding back and show Kiwi that he believes in true gender equality.
그는 전력을 다해 그녀를 때리지만 불행히도 취인은 그것을 훨씬 더 즐기기 시작합니다. 그녀는 왕에게 더 거칠게 대해달라고 말하면서 더욱 맹렬하게 공격하기 시작합니다. 왕은 마지못해 그녀를 때리기 시작하지만 추인은 계속 더 세게 아빠라고 말하고 스톤은 그녀의 정신 상태를 걱정하게 됩니다.
Kiwi attacks Wang again and suddenly, the dark energy hidden inside her comes to surface.
하지만 그녀가 그 에너지를 싸움에 사용하기도 전에 스톤은 그녀를 막으며 힘을 쓰지 말라고 하지만 추인은 그의 말을 들을 생각이 없습니다. 그녀는 손이 발톱으로 변한 채 왕을 향해 계속 걸어갑니다.
She declares that she will absorb Wang's power to become stronger so that she and Stone can be free from their organization. She goes feral with that and attacks Wang, tearing through his skin with her sharp claws. As Wang regains his balance after the first attack, Kiwi pounces on him from behind and licks his blood.
왕은 간신히 그녀를 밀어내고 그녀와 싸우기 위해 쇠파이프를 소환합니다.
But Kiwi has grown stronger after drinking his blood and she pushes him into the wall. Wang realizes that he is at a disadvantage right now and decides to put his full focus on the fight, but just as he gets up, Huey charges at him again, almost slashing his throat with her sharp. Wang waits for her to dash at him again to launch his counter, but she dodges his kick and then jumps on him from the top, releasing her hidden energy. Wang somehow dodges her attack and then tries hitting her with the pole, but Huey is much faster now. She easily dodges his attack and moves behind him to suck his blood and his. As Wang pushes her away, Huey starts losing control over herself as her dark energy takes the form of a wolf around her body, and Stone realizes that she is entering dangerous territory. He throws a pin at her pressure point to knock her out, and Wang is aghast because he just saw something beyond his wildest thoughts. As he keeps staring at his opponents, Stone runs towards Huey, using the needle to prick her other pressure points to stop her excess energy from harming her body. Wang thinks that he will certainly lose if he has to fight both Huey and Stone, so he decides to use this chance to.
하지만 스톤은 그가 몰래 빠져나가는 것을 눈치채고 바람 공격을 날려 그를 다시 밀어냅니다.
Wang is surprised because he didn't see what hit him, but Stone is also not in the best mindset because Huey has just leveled up and she needs urgent medical. He decides to finish the fight quickly and throws a wind blade at Wang, but the cube alerts him about its direction and Wang is able to dodge it. Stone is shocked that Wang could dodge his invisible attack, and he grows more conscious about the fight when suddenly Huey starts groaning in.
스톤은 즉시 싸움을 포기하고 파트너를 안정시키러 간 다음 왕에게 먼저 가서 내 여자를 구하라고 말합니다. 왕은 갑작스러운 태도 변화에 놀라 스톤에게 패배를 인정하느냐고 묻고 나중에 자신의 뒤통수를 치지 말라고 합니다. 스톤은 최가 이런 상태인데 싸울 수 없어서 화가 났지만 패배를 인정할 수도 없습니다. 그렇게 되면 조직에서 그를 가만두지 않을 테니까요. 왕도 그걸 깨닫고 스톤을 궁지로 몰아넣어 다시는 자기를 찾아오지 못하게 하려고 이 상황을 이용하기로 하죠.
He says that since Stone is not willing to admit defeat, their fight is still not over. Realizing that he can't convince Wang to leave so easily, Stone decides to pull out the million coin, the symbol of his organization, and make a blood oath on it to not attack Wang from.
피해 맹세는 수련자가 할 수 있는 가장 큰 약속이라며 왕과의 휴전을 어기면 가루가 될 것이라고 선언하죠.
Wang records the entire trick on his phone and then receives the coin from Stone, saying that he trusts a man of his intent. He then decides to rub the big fat L in Stone's face, telling him to behave himself the next time, and the martial artist somehow stays calm in front of this immature asshole taunting him. Wang runs away with that and Stone contacts the third member of their party, telling her that they need to return to their base immediately because Huey is not feeling.
여자는 자세한 내용을 묻지만 누군가가 뒤에서 그녀를 공격해 문장을 채 마치기도 전에 기절시키죠. 한편 라오가 고용한 마지막 암살자인 무시는 다른 사람들이 모두 패배했다는 걸 알고 전투에 합류하기로 결심합니다.
Lao freaks out on hearing this and confirms it with his butler. The butler tells him that everyone else has lost and says that they should leave the building.
라오는 모든 암살자를 진이 물리쳤다고 생각하며 공황 상태에 빠지지만 무시는 더 이상 그런 것에 관심이 없습니다.
To him, Wang is a more interesting opponent than Jin, and Lao asks him the reason for that. The butler informs him that Stone called a truce with Wang, and Lao flips on hearing that. He tells Mushin that he will triple his payment if he deals with Wang first, but the proud Mushin doesn't like it when people try to buy his services for.
무신의 꼭두각시가 라오에게 날아오는 공격을 보내지만 다행히 집사가 막아내고 부자 망나니에게 이제 상황이 이미 걷잡을 수 없이 흘러갔다고 말합니다.
Meanwhile, Wang continues his search for Yao, busting through doors and entering high floors to find him. He recalls that the cube had detected 7 enemies in the building, so only 2 of them should be left now. He is paranoid about running into them when he is not prepared, and even the sound of rats running is enough to trip him.
큐브는 상대 한 명이 갑자기 사라졌고 이제 한 명만 남았다고 알려주고 그때 갑자기 그는 누군가 자신을 지켜보는 것을 느낀다.
Wang turns around in shock and finds Mushin and his puppet Shan watching him from high ground. The cube tells Wang that their combined combat level is 7, and he can't believe that because Mushin and his puppet seem to be full of dark aura. The cube warns Wang that there is a very advanced device inside the puppet, but other than that, there is nothing special about.
하지만 무시는 왕에게 약해 보인다고 얕보지 말라고 말한다.
He unleashes his power and then sends Wang flying with a spinning.
왕이 방금 무슨 일이 일어났는지 파악하려 하자 무신이 그에게 걸어가 영역을 부적으로 바꿉니다. 그는 왕은 오로지 완력에만 의존하는 반면 자신은 기술밖에 없기 때문에 그들은 정반대라고 말합니다.
While Mushin boasts about his skills, Wang finds some empty beer bottles nearby and yeets them at. Mushin cuts through them with a talisman and using that as his chance, Wang rushes at.
하지만 무신은 그의 공격을 피하고 다시 그에게 발차기를 날립니다. 왕은 끈질기게 공격을 퍼붓지만 무신은 그보다 더 능숙해서 쉽게 그를 밀어냅니다.
Easily. However, Wang kicks up some dust in his eyes, temporarily blinding him, and then blitzing him with his fast. Mushin somehow survives the flurry of attacks as a small glistening bottle drops from his. Wang doesn't give him any time to catch his breath, and Mushin tries doing Parker inside the building to run away, but even that is
왕은 주먹과 발차기로 그를 정신없이 만들고 무신이 쓰려던 안약을 깨뜨린다.
used. However, after a few seconds of being on the back foot, Mushin regains his flow and sticks a talisman on Wang's chest before punching him away. It is his turn to go on the offensive now, and he punches Wang through a wall and then sends his puppet after him.
왕은 번개처럼 빠른 꼭두각시의 움직임에 놀라고 꼭두각시는 그에게 영역 총알을 퍼붓는다.
Wang takes some hits from the spirit Gatling gun, but he quickly controls the situation by dodging and parrying the bullets. He then dashes straight at the puppet and punches it with his full strength, but while Wang's full attention was on the puppet, Mushin had already reached behind him. Mushin leaps at Wang to deliver a full-powered Superman punch, but Wang is ready for that. They both exchange hits, and after the dust settles, Wang sprays blood from his mouth in a full 360-degree angle. Mushin laughs, confident that he won. But then he notices that Wang has grabbed his hand.
무신은 매일 2시간씩 공들이는 머리카락을 빼내려고 발악하며 비명을 지르기 시작하고 이제 왕이 변태처럼 행동할 차례입니다. 무신은 그를 때리려 하지만 손만 다치고 왕은 그의 손에 침을 뱉은 후 인정사정 없이 날려버립니다. 하지만 곧 무신은 평범한 인간만큼 강했을 뿐이고 자신의 전력 펀치가 그에게 천국 행편도 티켓을 끊어줬을 거라고 깨닫자 자신감은 사라집니다.
Come. However, Mushin is still alive despite the serious injuries and a bald spot in his head, and he gets up as a talisman around his body shattered. Wang is stunned to see this, and Mushin tells him that he is not going to be defeated by just one.
그는 전력을 다하기로 결심하고 머리카락은 하얗게 변하며 몸에서 검은 기운이 뿜어져 나오죠. 왕은 무슨 일이 일어나는 건지 파악할 틈도 없이 무신이 엄청난 속도로 그에게 달려들어 맹렬한 공격을 퍼붓습니다.
He also places some talismans on Wang's body, and then almost hits him out of the building before picking up his puppet and bombarding him with the spirit bullets.
왕은 간신히 탄환을 모두 피하고 인형을 붙잡습니다.
But Mushin entangles him with the string and swings him around the building before slamming him into a. Wang tries to get back on his feet to fight, but Mushin activates his talisman that makes his hand too heavy to even lift, and then nukes him with a special talisman. Mushin is confident that he won this time, but as the flames subside, he is left aghast as he sees that Wang blocked his attack with a freaking.
무신은 모든 것을 걸고 인형을 보내 파괴적인 공격을 가하기로 합니다. 하지만 이번엔 왕이 데뷔하고 있군.
He channels all his energy into his body and then uses the teleportation skill at the right time to hit the puppet with the shovel, destroying it. Mushin can't believe his eyes, but then Wang grabs the string he was using to control the puppet.
무신은 왕이 무게 증가 부적 때문에 움직임이 둔해져서 이길 수 있다고 생각하지만 완전히 틀렸어. 왕이 그를 자기 쪽으로 끌어당기더니 배드민턴 치듯이 공격하기 시작해. 그러고는 전력을 다해 무신을 날려버리자 둘을 이어주던 영적인 끈이 끊어지고 무신은 벽에 너무 세게 부딪혀 원래 모습으로 돌아와 의식을 잃어. 싸움이 끝나자 왕의 손에 있던 부적들이 사라지고 야외에 비틀거리며 가려고 하지만 너무 힘들어 거의 의식을 잃을 뻔해.
However, he suddenly hears a beeping sound coming from the puppet, and then Mushin suddenly jumps out of the building using a talisman to float in the air. He tells Wang that it doesn't matter that he won, because he is going to die in the end anyway. He activates the bomb inside the puppet, telling Wang to die. But absolutely nothing happens because Wang put the puppet in the space. Mushin panics as he tries detonating the bomb again and again. But then Wang jumps out of the building, riding a wheelbarrow.
왕은 그와 결판을 내려고 달려들지만 무신은 대신 폭발 부적들을 던집니다.
Instead, Wang gets blown away by the explosions and barely hangs onto a crane to save his life, and then Mushin uses his talismans to control the falling.
그는 잔해로 왕을 공격하고 핵폭탄 부적을 더 보내 날려버리려 하지만 왕은 폭발력을 이용해 무신에게 전속력으로 돌진합니다. 무신은 돌에 대한 조종력을 없애 돌들이 왕에게 떨어지게 하고 또 한 번 폭발을 일으켜 왕에게 심각한 타격을 입힙니다. 왕은 정신을 잃을 것 같지만 요의 꿈을 꾸고 갑자기 힘이 솟아납니다.
He turns his burning fists into a weapon and begins pummeling the crap out of Mushin as they both fall to the
엄청난 충격으로 땅에 크레이터가 생길 정도였지만 다행히 큐브가 왕을 공간 안으로 끌어당겨 추락으로 죽는 것을 막아준다.
He is then immediately ejected from the room, burnt and
잠결에도 야오의 이름을 계속 중얼거리던 그는 갑작스러운 비에 잠에서 깬다.
He immediately starts looking for Yao, but before her, he finds a pile of Mushin's clothes on the ground while he has completely. Wang doesn't care about him and returns to the building to find. He first finds the small-time gangster Huan who got Lao involved in the matter, crying and whimpering in the.
왕은 격분하여 야오에 대해 묻고 화는 살기 위해 근처 방을 가리킨다. 왕은 야오가 다치지 않은 걸 보고 안도하지만 그녀를 풀어주자. 야오는 그에게 의자 밑에 폭탄이 있고 일어나는 즉시 폭발할 거라고 말한다.
She tells him to save himself first, but Wang tells her that he has survived bigger bombs.
그가 의자 밑에서 폭탄을 꺼내자 갑자기 라오가 그들과 함께 문을 잠가버린다.
He tells them that Mushin enchanted this room so that no one can teleport out of it, and laughs as he waits for Wang and Yao to be blown up. Wang receives confirmation from the cube that he can't teleport, but the cube also tells him the order in which he should cut the bomb's wire so that it doesn't immediately. Wang cuts the wires and then tosses the bomb into the space room, thinking that they will be safe.
야오는 눈물을 글썽이며 그를 껴안고 왕은 그녀에게 이제 안전하다고 안심시킨다. 하지만 공간방 안에서 폭탄 카운트다운이 0에 도달하자 왕은 갑자기 멍해지며 몸을 전혀 움직일 수 없게 된다.
All. Yao panics as she tries to get a response from him, but Wang takes some time to realize that the bomb also detonated the powerful gemstone inside the puppet, and that created a hole in the space. He is terribly injured now, but Lao is frustrated because his bomb didn't.
그는 직접 나서서 야오를 쏘려고 방에 들어가지만 그녀를 끝장내기 전에
His butler tells him that the guy called Jin is here, and they should. Lao and his butler run away as Jin lands on the rooftop, using his powers to simply phase through the. Meanwhile, the unconscious Yao falls on top of Wang, who gets up, wondering if there is enough time to take her to a hospital. Suddenly, Jin enters the room, telling him that hospitals can't save her, but he teleports Yao away from Wang and then walks out of the building.
왕은 야오를 지켜주겠다고 약속했으니 그만하라고 하지만 진은 지금 자기 자신도 못 지킨다고 하죠.
Now, he then jumps off the window, and as Wang stumbles to the window, screaming Yao's name, he sees a glimpse of Jin's domain. Jin tells him that he doesn't know the first thing about Yao or the superhuman world, but he does, and he is going to finish what he.
야오를 잃고 완전히 망견자실한 왕은 안전한 거리에서 그녀의 슬퍼하는 부모님을 지켜봅니다. 자신의 여자를 구하지 못한 무능함에 자책하며 이제 그녀를 어디서부터 찾아야 할지 감도 잡히지 않죠. 자기 혐오와 불확실성에 빠져 있을 때 차 한 대가 그의 뒤에 멈춰서고 한 여자가 나와 그의 이름을 부릅니다.
She asks Wang to come with her, and when he does not respond, she tells him that she knows where Lao is.
왕은 즉시 그녀에게 몸을 돌려 그 자식이 어디 있냐고 묻고 여자는 이야기하고 싶으면 자기와 함께 가라고 합니다.
She takes him to a cafe nearby and starts drinking coffee while Wang coldly stares at her. He asks her where is Lao, and the woman replies that she has some questions for him before she answers his.
그녀는 그에게 초능력자 수련자 그리고 인간의 영역을 초월한 다른 사람들이 어떻게 인간 사회에 숨어 지낸다고 생각하냐고 묻는다. 왕은 그들이 변장에 능숙해야 한다고 대답하지만 여자는 그의 순진한 대답을 비웃으며 초능력자들이 저지르는 엉망진창을 처리하는 전담 인력이 있다고 말한다. 왕은 그런 것에 관심이 없지만 여자는 적어도 관심 있는 척이라도 하라고 말한다. 지금까지 그를 보호해 온 사람이 바로 자신이며 그렇지 않았다면 그는 살아있지 못했을 것이기 때문이다. 왕은 그저 커피를 한 모금 마시더니 씩 웃으며 언제든 자신을 쏠 준비가 되어 있는 테이블 뒤에 세 사람도 그녀의 보호, 서비스의 일부냐고 묻는다. 세 남자는 자신들의 정체가 탄로났다는 것을 깨닫고 당황하고 여자조차 충격을 받는다. 그녀는 총을 잡으려 하고 동시에 그녀의 부하 3명도 왕에게 무기를 겨눌 준비를 한다. 하지만 그는 침착하게 싸움을 걸지 않으면 평화롭게 대화를 이어갈 수 있다고 말합니다.
The woman takes his words seriously and tells her lackeys to back off, while Wang uses his super sense to read her name and title on her. He learns that the woman is called Mu, and she works as the task force leader of the superhuman management.
왕은 그녀가 그림자 속에서 자신을 감싸주고 있다고 믿지만 그녀의 목적이 무엇인지 알고 싶다고 말합니다.
Mu confidently tells him that since she is helping him, he should just return the favor to her in some.
왕은 그녀가 자신을 그녀의 부하들처럼 관리국의 용병으로 만들고 싶냐고 묻고는 그녀의 부하들은 전부 시급 이하라며 자신을 그딴 패배자들과 엮지 말라고 덧붙입니다.
One of the men tells Mu that Wang is at least a B-rank superhuman, which is above their pay scale, but she doesn't care about.
그녀는 왕에게 로의 가에 대한 정보를 알고 싶다면 자신을 위해 3가지 임무를 수행해야 한다고 말합니다.
Wang replies that he will do just one mission, and he also needs information on.
무는 흥정 없이 그 조건을 수락하고 왕은 당황합니다. 무는 일에 대한 자세한 내용을 알려주면서 하루면 끝날 일이고 보수도 꽤 괜찮다고 말합니다.
However, Wang asks her how can he trust her, and Mu acts offended at. She tells Wang that they had a nice chat right now, and that should be enough proof that she is on his. She leaves the cafe with that, and Wang wonders if he really can trust her.
하지만 왕은 야외에 대한 정보를 얻을 수 있는 유일한 단서가 그녀라는 것을 알고 그녀를 이용해 초행 관리국에 들어가 원하는 정보를 얻을 계획을 세웁니다. 한편 무는 차 안에서 신호 대기 중이고 운전기사는 왜 무 대표님이 왕 같은 위험한 남자와 거래를 했는지 그건 회사 방침이 아니라고 묻습니다.
Mu replies that big profits come with big risks.
그녀는 자신의 직책에 갇혀 있기에는 너무 야심차고 왕이 국에서 더 높은 자리로 승진할 수 있는 티켓이라고 주장합니다.
She believes that he has got great potential, and they just need to use him to get what they.
하지만 왕은 그녀의 차 위에 큐브를 올려놓고 그녀가 하는 모든 말을 듣고 있다는 것을 모릅니다.
He is not even upset that Mu is trying to manipulate him because he thinks that she is a greedy bitch and it is easy to control people like that. Meanwhile, the driver asks Mu if she is really going to tell Lao's location to Wang, and she tells him that she will just give him D-level information because he is an idiot who won't realize he has been scammed.
왕은 이 말을 듣고 격분하며 나중에 누가 진짜 바보인지 무에게 보여주기로 결심합니다.
The next day, Wang goes to a location shared by Mu for his assessment before he can go on any.
그는 숲 한가운데 있는 고급 저택을 발견하는데 그곳에는 다른 많은 격투가들이 평가를 받기 위해 와 있었다.
Wang wonders what the deal with them is when a man takes a mic and starts the assessment. He tells them that they are all assembled here to be selected as the bodyguards for their.
그는 경호원은 임무를 완수하기 위해 주의력, 대응력, 힘이 필요하므로 그 기준에 따라 시험을 볼 것이라고 선언한다.
He opens a door that leads all the participants to an in-house. Everyone gets 5 chips and the host tells them that they are free to play any game they want with those.
다음 라운드에 진출하려면 칩 열에 10개를 모아야 하지만 싸우거나 다른 사람의 것을 훔치는 것은 금지된다. 참가자들은 기계가 조작되었을 거라고 생각하며 카드 게임을 하기로 하지만 카드 게임에서도 진다.
One guy starts giving a lecture to Wang out of nowhere, but he is not interested in getting unsolicited advice, so he moves on to find a game for.
그는 어떤 여자가 컵 밑에 동전 숨기기 게임을 하는 걸 보고 한번 해보기로 하는데 아까 그 남자가 또 따라와요. 그 남자는 왕에게 누군가 친구가 되려고 하는데 도망치는 건 무례하다고 하지만 왕은 그 남자가 사기를 치려 한다는 걸 깨달았죠.
The man feels cornered when his tricks don't work, so he challenges Wang to a game.
왕은 기꺼이 도전을 받아들이고 가진 칩 전부를 걸고 남자도 똑같이 하죠.
The game master puts the coin under one of the cups and then begins shuffling them around like.
사기꾼은 왼쪽 컵에 걸지만 왕은 초능력으로 여자가 오른손에 동전을 숨기고 있다는 걸 알아내요. 그는 여자에게 오른손을 보여달라고 하지만 여자는 꽤 능숙해서 재빨리 동전을 왼손으로 옮겨놓고 오른손을 보여주죠. 왕은 여자에게 두 손을 보여달라고 압박하고 여자는 그가 옳았다며 자기가 동전을 가지고 있었다고 말합니다.
She declares that he won and doubled his chips, but the other contestants can't understand what is happening. The scammer thinks that the game master had 2 coins, and she put one of them inside a cup and then opened a secret door to make it fall inside the. He begins inspecting the table to find the secret compartment. But the woman tells him that the table isn't rigged and she just had one coin the entire. She tells him that he lost his chips, and as Wang walks away smugly with his reward, the scammer gets furious. After a few hours and a few more rounds of tests, 5 participants are shortlisted for the mission, and obviously Wang is. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and watch the video on your screen now.